You can. Okay, folks. So the first channel we are auditing this week is, I think there's a bit of a theme here. I'm almost certain we haven't audited this channel before, but it is another one of these Rubik's cube puzzle type channels that have been springing up on YouTube. This is Matthew's Cubes, 36 subscribers, so welcome to YouTube. Just joined the journey, and it looks as if you started to make videos on cubes in the last 7 to 8 months. You've ramped up production in the last, I'd say, month, certainly. Yeah, there was a big gap here between Old Town Road and this method here, so jumping into the trend there. So yeah, Travis, this was like the first channel that you picked out from a list. What are we thinking here?
Well, so I wanted to because it's different. Like, I know we've done a Rubik's Cube-ish type thing once before, but it's so different. I know not everyone gets to see every single live stream. I mean, you should watch every single one, but not everyone sees that. And we want to show that we review all types of channels. And Rubik's Cubes have been around for years, and there's just a tremendous amount of interest in it, and has been for many years. As a matter of fact, there's been channels that have blown up just based on doing Rubik's Cube solves. Now, I wanted to bring up this channel because it's smaller. It's kind of up and coming, kind of a new, and see if we can figure out exactly how to get them leveled up quicker. Because I believe that at this point they probably should already be a little bit ahead. 36 subscribers. If you look, it's been a couple of months now. Everyone's pace is different for sure, but I feel like, if the content is good, you should be able to gain more subscribers than that over 6-7 months. So if we look at like the banner and we try to figure out what that is telling our viewers, we scroll up there, Rob, to the top of banner. Okay, so here's a couple problems. Number one, as we've said many times on this live stream, a tremendous amount of views come from mobile, and because of that, there are mobile safe guidelines for the banner, and that cube is pretty much cut off of it.
Yeah, you're looking at this sort of range, aren't you, here?
Exactly.
Roughly, I mean,
right around there. Now, the good news is the main information is in the middle. That's great, but it does cut off the cube, and that's something that obviously, if you're going to be a Rubik's Cube channel, we want to be able to see that image somewhere in the banner. Also, the colors are a little bit weird. It's a little bit kind of not awesome. And listen, not everyone is a graphic designer. I'm certainly not. If you look at some of the thumbnails, are a little bit plainish and not really telling of what's going on. Like that last one that you just circled, I actually kind of like that. But if you look at the first two, like, what do they have to do with Rubik's Cube? So to me, I would spend $4 to $5 and go to like Fiverr.com and get like a banner made for professionally. And then for these thumbnails, we actually have some videos on vidIQ's YouTube channel that tell you how to do some thumbnails, right?
We do indeed, yeah.
Yeah, Rob's gone over this a couple times, and really all you need is like a good template. You don't need to be like amazing with Photoshop. Rob's gone over this before, so definitely check out those videos. I would love to see something like that. Like, look, how
this is a good template, isn't it? I would say something like this. Yeah,
totally, because you get to see if something's not quite there, and then at the end it's complete. That's amazing, and I think that over time that will do well. But Rob, I wonder, I've never heard of rooks before. Is that like something that's a high search term? Maybe we could look into that.
I think that's a big question here. Is that when Travis and myself, who are not into this Rubik's Cube type of channel genre, that's our immediate term that comes into our head, isn't it? It's Rubik's Cubes.
Right.
So I don't know if you want to start using that as a keyword, or I think cubing seems to be a big term in this area. So I'm just going to do a quick search here. Whoops. Let's try and spell that correctly. Cubing, and yeah, so it looks as if cubing is like a keyword, and I think maybe you want to
search volume too.
You might want to include like cubing in all of your titles somewhere along the line, like cubing tutorials or how to do this in cubing or whatever. And then maybe if there's a brand name, because like Travis, you were saying like Rooks or whatever it was called in that one thumbnail. So I think, tying all of your titles together a little bit. For example, sub 6 PB. That makes absolutely no sense to me. How much sense does it make to YouTube and people who are searching for it? I mean, let's do a search. Is anybody know what a sub 6 PB is? I think that's sub 6 personal best.
Is that
my guess. Look, you're ranking number 2.
Oh, that's crazy.
Which is good.
But look, no one's searching for it.
Nobody's searching for it. Yeah, so you have to think about how you can tie in your keywords, what people are actually searching for. So it might be like cubing record, or cubing personal best or something like that, which just helps a little bit for viewers to find your content. And yeah, I was circling some of the thumbnails, Travis, just to say that a lack of consistency, as you say, these thumbnails here versus this end one and this one down here, they don't really match each other. So I think if somebody's looking at your channel and not seeing consistency, they're going to lose a bit of traction in terms of following your content on a regular basis. And I guess the final thing to say is we're moving into quite an important period of the year for products such as gifts. And I guess like Rubik's cubes and cubes could be perfect gift ideas. So you want to be thinking about like the best cubes for 2020, 2019 or 2020, or the best Black Friday cube deals. I know we're thinking a little far ahead there, but trying to think about what potential viewers are going to be searching for to really propel your channel to the next level. We want to be seeing you to get like 300 or 400 views in one of those videos, and that's just going to give you the confidence to keep growing. So Matthew Cubes, we hope you found that advice useful, and we will move on to the next one, which is K's Travels. 33 subscribers here, Travis, and I guess I'll start on this one a little bit. I can see we've got a channel banner which depicts travel a little bit, but it still feels a bit to me like a landscape template, and I'm not sure what this landscape is. So something maybe a little more recognizable that viewers can associate with. The big question is always going to be, are you part of these travels? Are you in front of camera? Might want to see you on the channel banner as well. Looking at the front page, one of Travis's pet peeves is not having a channel trailer, which we don't seem to have here. You have your most recent uploads, which is good, and you're a relatively new channel, judging by the number of subscribers, which is a good point. Now, you have 5 videos or 6 videos, and each of them has done really well in terms of view count, like 5,000 here, which is fantastic, and 700 here. Looking at the engagements, they seem a little low versus view count, so I don't know if you're paying Google AdWords or something like that to maybe boost the videos a little bit. That's something that you'll probably need to consider as you continue to grow your channel. But the thumbnails seem all right, some good sort of landscape shots. I think are fairly good. I really like this one, the Abu Dhabi attractions one. Yeah, so Travis, you picked this one as well. What are you thinking here to just move on to the next step?
I would ask, like, what's the value proposition for the channel? So the assumption is if you submitted this to us, you want us to help you grow. What to do in certain places, like, okay, so essentially, it's going to try to show you different places in the world and what you should do there. That's cool. Your expectations for subs should actually be altered from what a lot of other channels would do, because most people, if they're going to find one of these, they're going to watch the video and then they're going to move on. Okay, we're going to this country, and thank you, and I'll move on. So that's why you're seeing low subscribers versus some really good views, especially considering the subscriber count. So doing really good SEO is going to be very important for your channel, because in order to be selected, obviously people are going to be searching for, like, I'm going to Abu Dhabi. I want to know where I should go in Abu Dhabi. So you have Abu Dhabi attractions, which is fine, but wouldn't it be interesting if you had said the top 10 places in Abu Dhabi, like something like that, or the best place to eat in Thailand, or, you know, you need to think about what people will be searching for when you're titling and using tags and stuff for these videos. So really think as the person who is going to travel, think what they would search for, and then use those for your titles, your actual basis of the video as well. Obviously, you don't want to say best places to eat in Thailand and never show any place to eat in Thailand. But as the basis of your video should be definitely focused on the viewer and what they are going to be needing and looking for in your content.
I think that's a really good point, Travis, about the titles, where there's almost like a division of labor of what the title needs to do. First of all, it needs to be searchable, so at least YouTube has some understanding of what the video is about, and there's a chance that your video may be found as a search or in the suggested videos, and then there's got to be a reason to click on that title. So as you say, like the best or the most expensive or the most impressive or the cheapest or the fastest, just including those enhancer adjectives, I like to call them, and listicle format as well, which is always really good for when people want answers to questions. So some obvious, brilliant suggestions there. And I was just looking here about the the about section, there isn't really enough there at the moment, but it tells me that it's about hotels and resort tours, and that just gives like a little more definition to the channel rather than just travels. So I think that needs to be strongly put as well, in like whether it's the Park Hyatt Abu Dhabi review, worst hotel or best hotel or whatever. I think that needs to be added to your titles as well. That is K Travels though, and we want to see more videos from you as well, because you've posted one video in the last month, and it looks as if you took a big break there. I think, folks, the first two channels that we looked at are good examples of if you're just starting out on YouTube and what you need to be thinking about just to get the building blocks ready for future success. Next channel is Pete Rondu. I apologize if I pronounce your name wrong. Projects from the Workshop. I love the channel banner personally. It gives me a clear indication of what's going on here in terms of it's I'm going to use that word that Travis hates. DIY. It feels a bit like a DIY channel, although he's not used that particular term in the channel. 22 subscribers. You've been on YouTube for 2 weeks, which is awesome. Welcome to the adventure. You're already getting all of your views are above subscriber count, except for the one which just went out an hour ago. But I mean, even 7 views in the first hour for a channel that's just started is fantastic. Thumbnails, I think, are already strong. Here's what I say about consistency. Blues, that's always consistent in your thumbnails. A little logo at the bottom. The text is fine. It's functional. There isn't too much. I think you're on the limit, but just about okay. And then, like, in terms of the screenshots, I really like this one because it has a focus, one object. Brilliant. This one kind of works as well with a stacked case, as it looks like there. That one maybe is a little less clear. There's a bit of ambiguity there. Are we focusing on the machine or what's it doing? And then this one, I'm not really sure what that is as well. But generally speaking, for your first 4 videos, awesome work. Travis, I'm going to click through his channel here as you add some more thoughts.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. You knocked it out of the park. I mean, there's only a couple of videos on the channel, period. They just got started, and they've already kind of put a lot of things into play that help give you success. So I'm Pete. I'm welcoming you to my workshop on my channel. I'm putting videos of various work projects I get into. Somebody's pretty out of the ordinary. My background is in electronic computer programming. I've done a pair of machining. So he tells you a little about himself, his background, what type of cool things he's going to be doing. It's amazing. July 19th is when he joined, but he actually started, looks like, uploading just a couple of weeks ago. And what I like about this channel is it appears that he did a lot of research on how to put together a YouTube channel before he ever uploaded. And that,
I think you're right. Yeah, I think it's spot on there.
I appreciate that, because that means someone is really trying to get in and hit the ground running. And if you look at the videos, like we said, for 23 subscribers, a tremendous amount of views, like right off the bat. It's very difficult to ever surpass 100 views when you first start out on YouTube, and he's done it. So hats off to you. Definitely keep with the consistency. Try to figure out exactly what people are searching for and what kind of projects and stuff you can put out there that might be of interest. I think trends are going to be really important. Time of year is incredibly important. So people that are working the workshop are probably going to do it when it's warm. When it gets cold.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, I'm guessing when it's cold, a lot of people who have their workshops outside may not want to go out there as much. So maybe think of some kind of wintry type projects. What were you going to say, Rob?
So I was just going to mention, final couple of things. Your description is a bit about a bit self-indulgent, and I don't mean that to criticize you too much, but people always think about, I need to write about myself, so I'm going to say I.
Yep.
Remember that the channel is for the viewer, and the viewer is going to look at your video description and say, what's in it for me? So think about how you can help your viewers. So instead of saying I'm Pete and I'd like to work into my workshop, it might be, hi. This is your workshop where we learn together. Something along those lines that just involves the viewer, potential viewer, as much as possible. On the flip side, you currently have a 100% like to dislike ratio, so get ready for that thumbs down at some point, but congratulations so far. And you are already subtitling all of your videos as well, which I think is, again, brilliant. As Travis said, you're already preparing your channel for success very early on, which is brilliant to see. All right, we're 24 minutes in. We haven't had a dog bark yet, which is good. So we'll move on to Cheap Nails, 557 subscribers for helping you stay... I thought that said fungal for a second. I do apologize. Helping you stay frugal with nail art. So again, this is something that Travis loves, where channels can tell people how to save money. And looking at these thumbnails, wow. I mean, look at these thumbnails, folks.
Yeah.
The hero of a lot of these thumbnails is, ironically, not the thumb, it's the fingernails, and they look fantastic. Super sharp, detailed, very colourful. I'm loving the thumbnails here that you've done. What else can we say about this channel, Travis?
Well, I saw on the front page they have a they have a trailer. The banner gives you exactly what you're going to get from this channel, which I love. Do they have playlists on down here if we scroll down?
Let's have a look. Oh, sorry. You meaning on the
on the homepage? Yeah. A couple. Yeah. Oh, look. If you're new to this channel, it's my favorite suggestion. She talking about she gets an A for today. So congratulations on that. Listen, this is the way I want channels set up. If you're new to this channel, so people can get used to your content, and then also like she has other playlists here. The one thing I would say is when you're making your playlist, you actually can put a description in the playlist. It tells more about what's in that playlist. And
that is true. Yeah.
Underneath that title, Leron does this really well on his channel. So here's what I like about it. Especially that you know exactly 5 seconds in, if you look at the banner, what you're going to get. You're going to get a way to save money in doing your nails. And that is something that is incredibly important because people are always trying to save money or save times. Because I want to help you find cheap and fabulous nail art. I post a lot of nail tutorials, reviews, and other nail-related videos. Perfect. Now, there is more information you can put here. I'm always going to say, look at Leron's About page and try to mimic it. But if we go to videos, she did something interesting recently, I noticed. She's trying something different here, which I understand why. So she's been kind of just getting the same amount of views for quite a long time. And now she's trying to do something different, like a voiceover of nail art with her mouth full. And the mystery mini, like she's trying something different, which I can.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Maybe the mouthful thing will be your thing. Who knows? But I just like that you've been really consistent. Your thumbnails are good. My next thing would be, since we can't see it, is to look at your retention graphs and see if the people that are watching are dropping off at some particular point. Actually, if you do the channel audit feature here with vidIQ, the plugin, it will tell you what videos are getting good retention, which ones are not, which ones you should do more of, which ones you should do less of. Really take that to heart, because the favorite video you put out may not be the favorite video of the people that are watching. And the least favorite video you put out may be their favorite. Look at this 1,400 view we want remove skin review thing, cuticle remover. Maybe you should go into more reviews of that, because obviously, look.
Yeah, this feels like a channel that should be operating in like the thousands of subscribers. I would words and titles they are using in their videos. And I think there's potential here again, as Travis has said, is maybe tapping into trends. I don't know if there might have been some back to school type of stuff you could do, especially Halloween's coming up as well. Because I can see you've done some theme stuff as well. I'm guessing maybe that was for the 4th of July. So you are tapping into trends. I feel as if this channel should be doing better. And for whatever reason, it isn't quite there yet. But hopefully with the experimentation that you're doing or just having 1 or 2 videos that really pop. Let's search by most popular. Is there 1 video or 2 that you can hang your hat on and say, yeah, I can maybe do something there? It's interesting to see that I think this one's not related to nails, but the before and after style of thumbnail is always a good one. So you may want to, if you're doing videos about how to transition your nails to one style to another, it could be like the before and after, and that might be worth practicing as well. And I guess if I was going to maybe criticize your thumbnails in one way, is there's a bit of lack of consistency in terms of the fonts. So you might want to mix things up. I will say this, that all the fonts are clear and readable, which is good. But they are a little changeable, and I'm not sure, again, for consistency, if that's going to help you. Travis, if we were just going to go back to most recent videos and say, which is the best thumbnail and stick... I love that thumbnail just because of the contrast of the colours. You're not always going to get that with the type of nails that you're painting.
The red, white, and blue one with a negative space. She even points out negative space next to the USA. Like those are both really cool. Yeah. And the baby boomer nails looks beautiful, and it does have the most views of a lot of the videos surrounding it. So yeah, she's on point. I really believe that it probably has to do more with the content. So dive into your metrics.
There you are, cheap nails. Congratulations on your success already. Travis and I are sort of in agreement here. 1 or 2 tweaks, one video that pops, and you'll be on to the next phase of your creator journey. Woody HHG, first of all, congratulations on 102 subscribers. Just looking at your channel banner, I would guess that your channel's about cameras because I can see like a selfie tripod here, a storage thing there, maybe like a battery charger. So that's my guess because your channel name doesn't really indicate what you're going on, what your channel's about. And then I look at the thumbnails and then I don't really have a clue. Yeah, I'm a little puzzled. It looks a bit like there's family vlogging going on, some motivational stuff, purchasing a desk from eBay. Let's find out what you say you're about in your about section. You grabbed a mode of our phone to make a video, review stuff, go outside. Okay, so you're just, at this point, having fun. But, Travis, I know you always say this, Travis, you've submitted your channel for a reason. So you want some feedback. And I think the biggest feedback we're going to give you is the ultimate question. What is your YouTube superpower? What do you think you could tell the viewers best about and share stories of value that they're going to get something from? Because if you do a video about your birthday, one video, and then the flood at home in a foundry mission, and then seeing if I could use it, I'm not sure. Unless I'm really invested in you as a creator, I would probably lose interest fairly rapidly. Travis, am I being a bit too harsh here?
1000% correct. Again, if you're going to submit, we're going to try to give you the information you need to hear. You need to have, so I think people think that you can just put videos up randomly and then views will come. Again, we're going to assume that you want to grow and not that you just want to have fun. If you just want to have fun, that's fine. But the point is you need to give value to the people watching, whether it be really good entertainment, education. I think, to be honest, when you're smaller, it's easier to be giving education in some way, some type of education about something, rather than trying to be a personality right off the bat and having people kind of, glom onto that. That takes a very special kind of a person. So I think that it makes more sense doing something that you'll enjoy doing a lot of, if it's repairing PC stuff, if it's repairing stuff at home, or whatever the case may be, and really showing people how to do that. And like Rob said, the birthday and stuff is not going to be that big of a deal. So it looks like you start off a couple years ago with flights, which is interesting.
Really big.
And they did well. All of them.
Qantas flying, yeah. We're not suggesting that you just start plowing all of your savings into going on Qantas flights to film them, but you got some good views there.
Yeah, and that might be what people actually subscribed for. That might be what most of your subscribers are here for. So that's the other thing. If you're not giving them what they want, then it's not gonna happen. So yeah, I would just really recommend figuring out what it is, what kind of value you want to give people, and really sticking to it hardcore. Your sausage and eggs make me hungry, but I don't know what I would like the video.
Oh, sausage and eggs. Oh. All right, here's my secret code word to try and tell my special guest to join us. That wasn't very subtle at all, but get special guest. Join us now as soon as possible, as Travis and I fill for a few seconds because I got my timings wrong there. So I'm going to bring Travis back on screen and just say thank you for spending the time with us today. We're a little less audience today. We're down at 180. I guess 70 of our viewers must like the Apple.
That's exactly where they're at.
That's exactly where they're at. I mean, question is, Travis, are you going to get an iPhone, the latest one?
I have to, because I have a tech channel. So I'll be trading in one of the iPhones I have and getting one of those. So yes, I will.
I'm sure people who are listening to this live stream going, trade in your previous iPhone, buy a new one. Like, that would really irritate the average viewer. But folks, I was exactly the same when I was a tech channel. I would buy stuff and bring them and review them and then immediately sell them thanks to AdSense covering the cost.
Pretty much.
All right, special guest. Your time is now. Please join us. Please join us. Folks, and what I just want to let you know is soon we are going to do our wonderful random selection. So with this machine, which I press a button on, and then it picks a number, and we will be choosing random channels very soon to audit them once we have our special guest on to talk about the mindset of a creator, as well as looking at their channel a little bit.
The guest is on, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
Okay, hello. Say hello, special guest. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Hey, okay, that worked. Phew. Okay, so first of all, please just briefly introduce yourself and what your channel is about.
All right. Well, my name is Lila, and I have a channel that is all about creating better videos. So I do mainly Premiere Pro tutorials, some After Effects tutorials, but also some motivational vlogs, literally anything you need in order to create better videos.
So everybody watching this live stream, like this is a channel that you certainly want to check out to improve your videos. I mean, certainly Travis and I, we talk shop a lot about how to improve our videos, and I am terrified of using Adobe Premiere. I just cannot go anywhere near it. I'm a Camtasia enthusiast. Travis somehow edits his videos on a mobile device, which just I still cannot comprehend in my head, and he does it in 2 hours, which infuriates me. But well done, Travis. So Leela, just tell us a little bit more then about why you started your channel, because I think just understanding your creator journey will resonate with a lot of other people here. So like, why did I start my channel, and what do I hope to achieve from it?
All right, so I started my channel literally 3 months ago today, which is great. And the reason why I started my channel was basically because I wanted to do something, it works very therapeutic for me. And that is why I started my channel. And that is actually one of my core values of continuing this channel.
So self-motivation, to begin with, you're not necessarily thinking of the fame and glory of YouTube. It's like you have a knowledge and a talent. It dovetails nicely with YouTube, and you want to share those experiences on YouTube. And so you've been doing it for 3 months now. How would you describe your journey so far? Like the successes or the struggles? What do you think of the YouTube experience?
It's been crazy. To be honest, it's been crazy because my channel, especially last week, it kind of blew up. So
awesome. We'll have a look at that.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. It's been a good one. What I really enjoy about YouTube is connecting with other people, getting to know other people. And that is what I'm doing. And that is why I still love it so much. And I think that is the most important parts about YouTube. It is meeting new people, connecting with new people. It is providing value and engaging with them.
Yeah, Travis, any questions before we jump into Leela's channel?
No, we actually saw Leela in a live stream audit a couple of weeks back. It was like 4 or 5, 6 weeks ago or something, and she's just taken off from there. So I know people are asking in chat for a channel link. We'll get that to you as soon as possible.
It's coming up right now. So I'm just going to press some buttons to share. So Leela, Travis, can you confirm that you can now see my screen?
I can. Heard.
Yeah.
164. Okay. That's awesome.
Okay, well, you should be able to see a much more useful screen now. So we're going to do so this is like a live channel audit now. We're going to talk about the good things, maybe still room for improving, that type of things. As we look at Leela, first of all, congratulations on cracking 1,000 subscribers. You can already see here, folks, the abbreviations going on now, but it's 1.34K rather than the exact number. And Travis, I mean, we'll just start straight away. Like, there's a level of professionalism and quality about this channel which makes you almost ignore the subscriber count and think, wow, this channel knows what it's doing in terms of presenting the content. All about video, that is a value proposition, so I know pretty much exactly what I'm getting. Filmmaking and motivation, new videos every week, so ticking all of those boxes in the channel banner. I'll just go to the home page. We'll check if there is there's not a trailer yet. Yeah, is that right, Leela? Have you are you going to make a trailer, or what's your decision so far on no channel trailer?
Well, my decision so far is that what I do is I feature my newest video. So for any subscriber who doesn't have the notification on but does land on my channel again, they will just see what my newest video is go watch it right away.
Yep. Cool. I'm happy with that. Travis, what do you think about the front page here?
Yeah,
lots of.
I feel like we went over, I think the first time we went over a channel, one of the things I always talked about was how amazing her thumbnails are, and they're still just phenomenal. Like you said, that level of professionalism, which I think is important to understand that when we first audited you a couple of weeks back, you had what, like 300 subscribers or something like that? 100.
Wow.
She got 100 subscribers about 5.5 weeks ago, and now she's up to 1,300. So the question might be, well, how did that happen? So there's a couple things. If you have a channel that is set up properly like this, then when the opportunity happens for like maybe a video does well, or maybe you're in someone else's video or whatever the case may be, and they come and check your channel out, they can see that your channel is set up correctly and that they get value out of it. And they're much more likely to subscribe to the channel. So when, the influx of people came to Leela's channel from various reasons, they saw the professionalism and subscribed. So it wasn't just that she got a shout out or whatever the case may be. It is that her channel was something interesting to the people who are already coming. So for me, it's such a big thing to have your channel set up in a way that's going to impress people that come to it, so they'll want to stick around. And that was a thing that really struck me weeks ago when we very first looked at her channel, and continues to on a weekly basis. You notice the views are just phenomenal and going up, and just every video is just getting a little bit better. And the thing is like, as you learn, as you move along, you should continually try to create a better value for your viewers. And as you can see, that's exactly what she's doing. So in my mind, like, this page just looks so professional, which is why I think people are subscribing so quickly.
Yeah, I was just checking the likes and dislikes here, and I was saying, have you had a dislike yet? And you've had maybe one or two, but it's all like 95% likes or likes and above. And just to follow on from Travis's point, is that sometimes overnight success takes it could take years, it could take weeks. In Leela's case, it sounds like it's taken a couple of months, but everything's already been set up, and Leela was just waiting for that little pop from YouTube to start sharing the content with more people. And I mean, we've talked about sometimes a lack of consistency, maybe the text and the font. And you may be saying right now, when we look at these thumbnails, it's like, but the font's different to this one, and it's this one, and all the fonts are a little different. But just if you look at the whole collection of thumbnails, they all have a very unique brand and style that's connected to Leela. Very, generally speaking, blacks, and really well shot, because they just look absolutely fantastic. And I think if you saw one of Leela's videos, thumbnails in a search, and then another one on the suggested, you'd be able to immediately associate those videos together. So Leela, if we just go back to you now, you said that your channel had popped a little bit. You'd gone, I guess, viral within your own YouTube world. Was it a particular video, or have you just started to notice an increase in all of your videos?
So what happened was on Wednesday, the 28th of August, I reached 500 subscribers, and that was the day that I went to Belfast. So I was super stoked about it. I was so hyped. I was so excited. And then I met one of my friends who I've been talking to online, and that's Cody Warner. If you don't know him, go check him out. He's awesome. And we hung out for a bit, and then he was like, you know what? Tell me about your channel. So I told him, I told everyone about the channel, and that is basically how it popped. However, one thing that I do want to point out is that it is not as easy as getting a shout out or going viral. That is how you're
absolutely
your channel. You have to have a foundation in order to benefit from a shout out or benefit from going viral.
But I would also counter that there are a lot of things that you're doing almost behind the scenes, not just creating content, but one of the reasons why you're on this live stream right now is because you are a fantastic moderator, and so you're already within the vidIQ community, and we wanted to test this with somebody who we thought we could trust. So again, this is more exposure for your channel, and like speaking to Cody as well, like again, not necessarily a video, but just almost like putting your presence out there in the creator space must undoubtedly be helping your channel as well. I just sorted by most popular, and there isn't a breakout video just yet. This is fantastic, folks. If you look at a channel with over 1,000 subscribers, you'd usually expect one video to have maybe tens of thousands of views, and that brings in all the subscribers. But it's every single video has a consistent base. And when one of these videos pops, I think you're going to bring in loads of views. Leela, which have been your, I guess 2 questions here. Which have been your favorite videos to create, but which of the videos are working most with your audience?
I think, well, what I've seen is that there is a lot of people who are watching my Premiere tutorials who actually don't have Premiere. So
Okay.
I'm not really sure what's going on right there, but I think
Are they telling you that they don't have Premiere but they're still watching the tutorials?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that is why my more vlog style videos are very successful. Like the one that I just uploaded, how to make a vlog with Cody Warner.
Yeah.
That one is very well received, which is awesome.
So it sounds to me as if you may want to think about creating a playlist which is like a beginner's guide. I know you're already doing this, but maybe like total, if you're new to Premiere Pro, or if you never tried Premiere Pro, watch this type of content, I guess, thinking along those lines. But it also sounds like you have an audience that almost like no matter what type of video you put out, whether it's a tutorial or a vlog, they're coming to watch your content. So that means that you must have a strong personality within the content. Travis, I'm sure you'll want to know this. Like, what is your audience retention generally for videos, Leela? If you know that.
I think about 50% in general.
Okay, so yeah. So that hits our sort of general guide that if you're getting audience retention of 50% or above, you're generally doing very well. Do you have any idea roughly what your click-through rate is as well?
I think it really depends. I think overall it's like, for the entire channel, it's about 6 or 7%.
So that's in the higher expected typical range, which all sounds generally good to me. Travis, any more thoughts there?
Yeah, no, I mean, she does a great job. She just got the community tab, and I think she already has used it.
We're using it. Oh, you've used it once, but you got it 24 hours ago, so that's fine.
Yeah, well, look how many comments.
Yeah, even this. Look at this, folks. I mean, to get 40 likes and 40 comments for anybody who has a community tab, you will know that's pretty good going for a smaller channel that hasn't. I mean, and I love the fact that Chocolate Hate Cake is also making a comment. So these are like people who are in the vidIQ community who are all sort of banding together, which is awesome to see. So anything else, Travis? Community tab we can see there.
It's fantastic. Real quick, about page, because I haven't even looked at that.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Some nice paragraphs here, which is good to see.
Yep. Well played. Very much like Leron, the Leron school of about pages. So I'm on board.
Leela, have you tried doing any live streams yet? That would be my next potential question and challenge to you.
No, not yet. I was thinking about it, but I haven't done any yet.
I think that may be worth trying, even if it's just like a very simple hangout live stream. I mean, like we get maybe about 200 to 250 concurrent viewers. So maybe for yours, like even if you got 10 or 20 joining that live stream, just to find out if people will join a live stream, and then you can maybe do like a Q&A session or something like that. That'd be interesting to test the waters there. Do you have any questions for us generally about the audit, or where you think you might want to go next with your channel?
No, not really. I guess I think no, I think I'm fine. I'm just, the funny thing is though that everyone always, including you always suggest to niche down, like to really niche down. But I am doing both tutorials and vlogs, and they're both working very well. So do you have any suggestions, or do you think I should just...
I think, Travis, you may disagree with this, but I think this is one of these examples where I don't think you need to... I think the niche, strangely, Leela, is you. I think people are coming to the content because of your strength as not only a video creator, but as an educator as well. I mean, similarly, you think about Cody Warner, like what's his niche? And like that's impossible to... it's almost like you're a filmmaking vlogger. So you're a vlogger, but what sits underneath it is the filmmaking. So in this occasion, unless you have any particular videos that really pop, like a specific tutorial that gets you 20,000 views, you might want to do like a follow-up video on that, but I don't think you really necessarily need to pin yourself down as a specialist in a certain area. That's what I think. Travis?
Yeah, it's 100% exactly what I was going to say. The general idea to niche down is good for everyone. On occasion, you find someone that is the niche, so to speak, and that is 100% true. Where now, I don't think you could do a video tomorrow about cooking chocolate cake and get 1 million views. Having said that, I think your sensibility about what works for you is exactly why these other kind of formats work. And every so often you see this happen with a channel where like they can try something a little bit off center and it still works. Hey, do it. Spread it out as much as you can. Figure out where those boundaries are of success and continue to ride that.
All right, so that is Leela. Congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers. Do you want to stick around for the rest of the channel audit and maybe add some of your thoughts to the channels we're about to review?
Sure, if you'll have it.
All right, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And folks, let us know in the chat now whether you think this is a good idea. We want to try and maybe bring on a guest every single week, talk to them for 10-15 minutes, because I think you've learned things beyond thumbnails there and beyond the titles. You've learned about the video creator and what's important to them and how they're making a success of their channel. With all that being said, let's do some random selections. I need to find out how many channels we've got submitted here. 231, which means that I need to change my number here. So you're behind the scenes here of what goes on, where I press that button, it makes a wonderful noise, and then we get a number which is exactly 200, and we go into our selections here, and I type in 200, and we get the channel link, and if it works, folks, you're going to get some random channel audits right now, starting with Prince O, Beast Mode Magazine. Wow, what I love that as a channel banner. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. My question would be to you, Prince O, with your 1,500 subscribers, is what is your channel about? In terms of, I understand there's something maybe motivational, I'm guessing here, but your channel trailer video is about how to genuinely attract more women. So is it like about dating? It kind of maybe sees that. Okay, so I'm getting a bit of an understanding here now as I scroll a little more through this. Savage, I think this might be a channel for you if you want to subscribe to it. That's an in-joke if anybody gets that. All right, so yeah, let's start with you, Travis. What are we thinking about? It looks like a bit of a dating channel.
Yeah.
Some good thumbnails and text here I'm seeing as I.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of understand the thought process behind the people who are searching for this stuff. So much like anything, I think big text is pretty good. I think the thumbnails or the actual pictures of what's going on need to be a lot more clear. And the other channels that I've seen that are really successful in this have much bigger and clearer thumbnails of the action of what's going on. I do like the one that says do this because it gives you a question of do what? What am I have to click to find out what that is. Like I like that sort of thing. But other than that, you really need to have an even better, clearer image in the thumbnail of what's going on. You have a couple that are pretty decent, but I like that you're being consistent with the thumbnail color of the text and stuff, but you need to be a lot more clear with what's going on.
It looks as if people love your content, Prince, like very high likes to dislikes ratio. A channel you may want to check out. It's kind of in a similar space as you, Jessica J. We audited her channel. She's blowing up right now. So do check her out. She's like the opposite end of the same topic where trying to attract men into your life rather than women. I think with your channel, look at the about section here quickly. Okay, so black pickup artist approach to girls. All right. So interesting stuff. I'm going to say maybe it's a little adult, not too adult, but I think in future you may just be aware of like community guidelines. YouTube may start restricting your content potentially. I'm just seeing some wording on some of your thumbnails, which is a little risque, as I'm definitely not going to watch any of the videos here. Right. But I think generally speaking, like you have a good topic. The thumbnails are okay, as Travis said, need to be a bit more focused. Those are our thoughts. Leela, anything else to add here on the Prince O Beast Mode Magazine's channel?
No, I mainly agree with Travis about the thumbnails, that there is a little bit of work to be done there, but
Yeah. All right, then. Let's move on to the next one. We'll start our random selector, which is 163 this time. Okay, let me just key that in. And this time we are going to be looking at the following channel. Now I'm gonna put you on the spot here, Leela. I'm gonna let you lead with this channel audit here.
Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Okay.
Oh! And it's a foreign channel, just to make it even more difficult.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
But what do you think here of Gravel JC?
All right. So first, I think the banner is, I think it's great. I like the colors and I like the design. I'm not sure about the Instagram and direct message pictogram on the side because of the mobile app.
Good point. Yep.
So I think that is something to take into consideration. But overall, I like how clean it is. I like how it looks.
I think that's a good way of describing it, isn't it? It looks generally clean as a page, and also the thumbnails. Any thoughts on the thumbnails, generally speaking?
Well, I can see that it's about Minecraft, but there's so much going on that you don't know where to look, which I think it doesn't do the content any justice.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like if we pick out maybe this one as an example, Minecraft Return, and we can see some sort of building in the background, but I'm guessing you would maybe zoom that in full screen so that we can see that more clearly. And then there are ones here where there's a bit of text, an arrow pointing somewhere, a character holding a cage, it's in a building, there's yellow dots. As you say, very busy, a little too much going on. With that being said, I think for a channel that's relatively new, I think they've been on for a year, but they've started making videos again. I think the thumbnails are pretty strong.
You know what I like the first two actually, because you can see that they have like white borders around the thumbnail. So these ones here, the first ones, episode 2 and episode 1, it just pops out a little bit, which I think is pretty cool. But again, there is a lot going on. And now that I'm looking at this and I see Minecraft, I would definitely add that to the title. Is that it? Or to the thumbnail? Is it, Jesus, I'm sorry. To the banner. Is it on the banner?
Yeah, it doesn't look to be. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. It looks to be a Minecraft channel specifically, but it's not really being mentioned. Yeah, the channel banner it's like a nice, clean channel banner, but it is generic. It's almost like the creator did this before they decided what type of games they were maybe going to make. Travis, I don't want to leave you out of this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I like Minecraft, but I'm just not a huge fan of the thumbnails in general. It doesn't really kind of make me want to click. I mean, other than that, I agree with what you guys said. I just wish that, like, for as much as I'm interested in Minecraft, you know, occasionally watching a video, it just doesn't do it for me. So I think what you guys said is probably right.
All right. So Gravel JC, I hope you find our suggestions useful. Minecraft is hot right now. So you haven't made a video for a month. If you want to try and compete, you maybe need to make 2 or 3 videos a week if possible. And one last thing as well. Again, opinions vary on this, but when you start to include episode numbers, that always makes me a little wary of whether or not the viewer tends to think, oh, do I need to watch episode 4 and 5 and all of the previous episodes? Each video should stand by itself on YouTube as if you're presenting it to a brand new viewer. So do consider that. All right, I'm going to put Travis in the hot seat next time with our selection of 21. And let's see what's going to go on with this channel. You're doing well, Leela. I think you coped with that, that random channel quite well. But Travis has got to deal with Draw Fission. 150 subscribers. A fish that draws. Well, I'm intrigued by that, if nothing else.
I will agree with that. I'm very intrigued by the title. I would love to see a little bit more from the banner, but let's see. Painting a Queen of Hearts. This looks like cards that they're painting, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they're painting playing cards.
Interesting.
Or painting process. So it looks like it's a process video of how they painted something. Let's see. Oh, art, the time lapse. Do speed paints and design shoes based on those paints.
Okay.
Interesting.
There's a disconnect there. Yeah, it doesn't look like shoes to me. So there was some shoes to begin with, but you've now gone into the card.
Very disconnected. So you have something really interesting by the title, "Fish That Paints." Like, okay, I need to see what does that mean, which might get me to click once, and then hopefully the content's good. The question of definitely these are not very searchable. Of course, I don't know what Krita is, so maybe Krita is something that is searchable, a very basic Krita tutorial. I don't know what that is, so maybe that is searchable. But I think some things like painting process Queen of Clubs, you couldn't even search for that. Like, you wouldn't even know what to search for that. So I think it'd be more important, especially when you're first starting out, to really work on your keyword phrases and stuff, and look for things that are going to be searchable and easily findable. I don't, again, know like what type of content this is, what you're exactly painting, but you should be looking into those niches. And if you do yourself a favor by using the vidIQ plugin, you could be the Add Competitors tab, which I use quite frequently, to see what other people in my niche are doing, what kind of painting they're doing, what kind of objects they might be painting, like what is going on in your niche, and then try to do more of that.
I'm just going to do a search for this. I want to know if there's any sort of market for this type of things. Speedrun, the Queen of Hearts. This looks to be very niche. I would say, I managed to spell Queen of Hearts wrong, which doesn't help. Let's do that again. Get the same results. So yeah, I don't know if this is a kind of a subgenre of like painting cards or tarots, something that we're not too familiar with. Leela, any other thoughts here about what we're seeing? This is a really channel to make sense of, I would suggest.
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit confused because of the about page and then what's like what videos are about. But I do like that the thumbnails are pretty clean.
Yeah,
that there is definitely potential, definitely.
I guess from a viewer's perspective is, would I be searching for videos about painting a deck of cards in like a format? And it may be, but you need to tie it into other keywords, like if there's a sort of a style in these ones, whatever this is, or like even if you're maybe painting queens from popular films and popular culture, that might be a way forward. I mean, we always say there's a market for everything, there's an audience for everything. And I'm not sure if this is just too niche, this one. I'm probably wrong. There's probably all sorts of people who are interested in this type of thing. But I think all three of us are maybe saying, I don't quite get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Sorry if we haven't been too helpful there, but we hope you found.
I think that is helpful. I think if people come to the channel and go, I don't quite get it, they're not going to stay. So I think that's just,
188 is the next channel, and I guess I will lead with this one, so that we're all trying to audit these channels fairly. And the next one is going to be, let me see, it is going to be Shahid Arjumrad. I again apologize if I pronounce your name wrong. So I don't really know what your channel's about from the channel banner. I'm guessing it might be about ladies fashion potentially. You have your social media links in the channel banner as well. Unfortunately, they're going to get cut off on a mobile device, and you do include them in your desktop links anyway, so I'm not sure if you need them. Probably better to include a value proposition here of what's going on. Looking at your videos, I'm seeing food, I'm seeing medication things here, but what I'm seeing is lots of views, but you've hidden your subscriber count, so this might be a huge channel or not. Okay, so you had some videos that were really popular, you haven't been able to maintain that, and this is presumably Urdu or Arabic. Apologies, I can't quite read the language here on the thumbnails, but it does seem to be one of those types of channels. Seems to be some beauty stuff going on here in terms of skin, but then I think when you look at channels, the thumbnail should be able to tell a story to the viewer irrespective of the language, and I think something like that, I have no clue what this video is about, other than maybe some vitamin D. So is that some sort of health benefit potentially in that one? Whereas on these ones, I can tell that it is maybe about hand and skincare. And so I always think this is a good example when you look at foreign channels and you look at a thumbnail, it should be able to tell a story effectively without words, because that will stop me scrolling. And then I might look at the title and think, yeah, that's something I want to click on. Generally, I think hand health and skincare. What about you two? Any further thoughts there?
Yeah, I think the one thing that stands out to me, and I actually have this happen with a lot of channels that I deal with, especially channels from India or from other countries where English is either first, not even the first language, sometimes a secondary language. They will mix English titles with like their native language in the thumbnails, and I always recommend against that, because you're setting an expectation that won't be met in the video. You're probably only doing the video in one language or the other. You're probably not doing it in both. And if that's the case, what I've seen in some channels is they'll have maybe an English title and such, but when you go in, it's not in English at all. So you're setting an expectation that someone's going to be able to go in and follow along in English, but that's not what's happening. So I highly recommend that whatever language the video is in for these, to use that in the thumbnail and not mix the two. You'll set a bad expectation. You'll get bad people. You'll have people watch and then drop off immediately because they don't understand. So same thing with the about page. If it's in Hindi, that's fine. But just make sure whatever the language is in the video, that it's everywhere, just everywhere.
And a lot of topics trying to be covered here: home remedies, beauty tips, healthcare, skincare, hair tips. That's a channel for everybody, and nobody's going to be satisfied type of channel, it sounds like to me. Yeah. Sorry, Lyra, were you going to chime in there?
Oh no, I just agreed with you.
Okay. So yeah, that is Shaheen Arum Jamad. I guess we should maybe sort by most popular and pick out some videos where you got. So it looks as if like vitamins and like health cream, and those were really successful. Could you've done maybe a follow-up video on this one about the benefits and side effects? I know that. I mean, again, we talk. There's two videos here on Surbex Z, whatever that is, in the top 10 of your content. I mean, it may be that you sort of niche down a little bit to focus on those areas to build a stronger audience with that type of content. All right, we're gonna have to audit this channel because I brought them up briefly on screen, and they're probably having an aneurysm, thinking, "Why did I suddenly appear for a couple of seconds and you're not auditing my channel?" So we will take a look at the Bubba News. Which looks to me about maybe a religious channel of some kind. I'm thinking here, maybe some sort of topical stories as well. Maybe have a look at the about section. This might be a bit of a tricky one to audit. So yeah, definitely some.
Basically a news channel. He's trying to be a news channel, which is kind of difficult to break into, but his views are pretty good.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty strong there, actually, which is good. 2,200 subscribers, which is a good start.
Yeah, I mean, really, the views are there. So I guess news is interesting because you have to be kind of on top of it. Otherwise, it's not useful. It looks like he's uploading, fairly often, and did one 45 minutes ago. So, yeah, I mean, to be honest, with the views doing really well, I think news is just one of those things that people are either going to love or hate. And if they love it, then they're going to come back every single day that you put up something. I think the one thing is, the only thing I'm not clear on, other than looking at some of these videos, is exactly what type of news you're going to be covering. If you look at the top or the about, does it really let me know? Is it just always going to be Israel, which is fine if that's the case? But I see Portland, and I just want to understand, what am I getting into?
And I guess another question maybe is, are you taking a stance on an opinion one way or the other, or are you just delivering news? And it might, and if that is the case, there is nothing wrong with that. Opinion is fantastic on YouTube, but you may be able to use that to your advantage a little bit, and maybe pose questions in the titles, like you'll say Israel is getting ready for what, and I don't understand what that necessarily means. So you may want to turn this into like, is Israel getting ready for something that's going to happen, ? And then you can maybe give the pros and cons of what's happening in there, which are maybe helpful to your viewers. and maybe a bit more consistency with the thumbnails, because again, like if I look at this thumbnail, that thumbnail, and that thumbnail, which seems like a stronger thumbnail, but they're not connected to each other in terms of your content. But you're certainly tapping into an audience, I would say. There's people watching your content, subscribing. And I guess the one thing is just be aware of, hopefully you're putting news forward that YouTube is going to not suppress for any reason. I know this is like a huge topic, whether rightly or wrongly, YouTube is taking a stance on certain type of news, and I hope that your channel doesn't get hit by that. This might be a difficult one for you to add to, Leela, but is there anything that you're picking out here other than what we said?
No, not really. For me personally, when I look at this channel, I think I need to watch some videos in order to understand what it's really.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Absolutely, yeah. This is one where to get more context, we would probably need to see what's going on in the channel. But you're using the okay. So one thing I would suggest here is you are using the community tab a lot.
Yeah.
You might want to be careful about that, because I think the community tab can send notifications out to your audience. And you only allowed a maximum of 3 notifications for your channel to a viewer per day. So you may want to pull that in a little bit. Maybe doing it through videos is better. So maybe 1 a day at max for your community tab. All right, with that being said, let's move on to the next channel, which is 45. And may I just say, I'm astonished that my dog has been silent so far. I haven't heard a single yap, so you will be seeing him hopefully in a few minutes. All right, Travis, I'm going to let you lead with this one. Then I'm going to let Leela chime in next, and I will finish with Genius Cap.
It's so cool, baby. I mean, according to the banner, it's so cool.
It's so cool.
And if it's not, then that's misappropriation of my attention.
Here's a savage coming out in trouble.
No, what we do need is I need a lot more information. So I obviously can tell it's a gaming channel. I'm not gonna look at the videos right now. I'm just straight up looking at the banner at the moment. I don't actually recognize this particular game. Maybe someone else would. So if that's the case, great. If not, then you definitely need to put a lot more information in the banner.
This one here.
Mm-hmm.
That's Brawl Stars. It's like the next Clash of Clans style or Clash Royale game.
Gotcha.
But there's also Rocket League and there's Fortnite in there as well.
So yeah, for gaming channels, I deal with a lot of gaming channels. And then there's Try Not to Laugh at Funny Dogs and Cats. We can talk about that in a minute. And then memes at the top. So I guess what I would say is when you're going to do games, obviously games will stop being popular over a period of time at some point. The hardest thing to do is figure out what game to play next. But the easiest thing to keep in mind is that it just needs to be similar enough to the game you're playing now. So if it's in a first-person shooting game, okay, first-person shooting game. If it's I
like the ambition there as well. I like the ambition. Let's get there. 1 million subs, 1 million views.
Sure, let me do that as well if we're gonna do it together. If it's just make it the same. When you're going between like Rocket League and Brawl Stars and stuff, I'm unsure that those are close enough. And Fortnite, I'm unsure that those are close enough that the same viewers are going to want to watch all of those games. So you just want to be careful about that. And then jumping completely out of the niche to like try not to laugh and stuff. Again, if you want to just have fun on your channel, fine, but you put in the asking and we're going to give you the answer. And I would just try to stay away from that stuff. Unless for some weird reason, like what was it, a week or so ago, someone had done something really out of left field and it did better than their normal content, in which case I would say, well, you need to just start doing that content.
Yeah. Leela?
Yeah, I'm taking in the channel right now. I think I honestly, I don't know anything about games, so I cannot tell you, like Travis was already asking, I don't know if the games are related or like in the same niche, or that, that the watchers, they like all of these games. But if we're gonna look at the visuals, because I'm a very visual person, of course, I think that, again, there is a lot going on. I like the colors.
Yeah.
I think one thing, if you're doing different games, and please, if you disagree with me, please tell me, but if you do different games, I think it would be good to establish a certain theme per game, not the same thumbnail for the same game, because then everyone's going to be confused, but the same branding per series, basically. That's what I would recommend if you decide to do different different games on your channel.
Yeah. I would say Genius Cap, welcome to YouTube at this point. I mean, you're 2 months into this. You've already created like 40 videos, and I think you're on that route of, because I sometimes say this, like make 50, 100 videos and then like take stock of which videos did you enjoy making most, which are the ones that worked most with your audience. And it's kind of like a quantity over quality style approach, which I think is absolutely fine. Every time you upload a video, press that button, fill out a title, get tags, you are gaining experience, which is setting you up for future success. So yeah, I would echo everything that Travis and Leela have said. And yeah, just after maybe 100 videos, decide, okay, I liked making Minecraft videos about playing Season 10, or I liked creating Rocket League tips, and then focus on that area going forward with your content. Let's move on to the next channel. How are you doing, Leela? Are your energy levels still good?
They're still good. They're still good.
Okay, we're going to keep going here. But by the way, Leela is in the Netherlands, so it's now past 10 p.m. Is it past 10? No,
past 9.
Past 9 p.m. So we do thank you for staying up this late to audit channels with us as we move on to channel 215, which looks something like this. Who have we got next? It is Ginka. Okay, this one looks interesting. I mean, the channel banner is interesting in itself. I can see some cards being built there. So is this a card channel? Doesn't look to be. Relatively new. Welcome to YouTube. You're just 2 weeks into this. Wow. And this video is about nothing literally. Sunday special, getting a tattoo. So this looks like a bit of a... I'm not going to say like a prank channel, but almost like a comedy skits
so
channel.
I'm going to guess hit the about page real quick.
Yes.
So one of 2 things has happened. Okay, so what may have happened is, because he says he has 180 subscribers, he says 180 subscribers. You look at the views on the videos, there's no way that's a thing. It's possible though that he unlisted everything before 2 weeks ago. Maybe it was an existing channel, and then just unlisted everything, because there's no way you got 180 subscribers from all those videos. So my question then is, because of that, the subscribers, what did they subscribe for? And since it wasn't any of this, I would need to know a lot more about where this channel wants to go, because it's just all over the place. It's nowhere, and it's serving himself, which is fine. But again, you submitted your channel, so I'm going to tell you, you're serving no one but yourself, and people are just not interested in that. If you're Logan Paul, people might be into that sort of thing, but you're not. So I would say you need to figure out what value you're going to give it to other people, and give it to them. When you do a video about nothing literally, and obviously 57% of people, some people liked it. Like a lot of people did not like it. That you can only expect almost nothing in return. Ironically, it's one of his most watched videos. Yeah. You should just do a bunch of nothing.
It is his most watched video. Looking at the view counts.
So at that point, I just think maybe, it would be different if I saw like the shotgunning of just trying different things and seeing what sticks. But I don't know that that's even the case here. I think it's just uploading videos and just doing whatever.
Yeah, I generally agree. I think it looks like you're just finding your way, having fun on YouTube. Absolutely fine. Continue to do that. As Travis says, just remember, if you want your videos to be watched, you have to give viewers a reason to watch that content. And from video to video, I'm not necessarily seeing that either. Any further thoughts, Leela? Like, I know you said before, like as a visual person, just looking at the thumbnails, like we've seen all of these with text on all of them, and then the last one, there is no text whatsoever. Anything to note there from you?
Well, what I think with these kind of channels, I think I was talking to someone about this, and that is that especially in the beginning, you don't really have any leverage to do whatever you want if you want to grow. Like no one knows.
Yeah, good point.
So, like you're not Peter McKinnon. You cannot just upload a vlog and everyone's gonna love it because they don't know you yet. So it can either work in your benefit or not. And I think that if you want to grow, I mean, if he just wants to do whatever he wants to do, then it's totally fine. But if you want to grow, then the thumbnails should, I think everything just needs a little bit more focus.
Leela dropping the knowledge bombs. Travis, I'm having next week off. You can host, and Leela will be your guest if that's all right. All right, next one is 64. Trying to get through as many channels as we can here, folks. I hope you appreciate that we're getting through as many as we can as quickly as possible. And the next channel we are going to look at is... not that one again. Wow, I love it when we already pick one that's come out. Right, 114. Let's try that again. I guess it proves to you that this is not fixed, folks. Let's get that one. Another gaming channel called Spyrex. This one. Let's have a look at what we have to see. All right. So Spyrex. It looks like you've used like a template default gaming channel banner. Nothing wrong with that. We see a lot of them. It would help to know what your channel is about, though, looking at the channel banner. And then, all right, let's go through the top videos here, because this is a top line of videos. So, PUBG, Dr. Driving 2, Clash Royale, PewDiePie, Call of Duty Mobile. So, in the first 6 videos, I think we've got 4 different games plus one about PewDiePie. So again, the question is going to be channel focus, and you have 500 subscribers, so people have subscribed to you in the past. And look at how your view counts are all over the place. Like 100 views for this one, 150 views for that one, nearly 2,000 views for this how to download Call of Duty, 6,000 for a very similar topic. So you could almost become the authority on how to download certain games, as long as it's how to do it legitimately. Right. If you're telling people how to circumvent a system, then YouTube may rain down pain on your channel in the near future, so do be aware of it. I remember, Travis, I think it was you and I, we were looking at a channel a couple of weeks ago which looked as if it was just about channel trailers for games, almost, and like that was kind of a niche in itself. So there might be something there, but thumbnails look generally strong, but I don't know if I subscribe to a video because of PewDiePie's Minecraft, whether I would want to look at Temple Run next, and then a Minecraft one next, and then something about Call of Duty, PUBG, and these are all over the last month. So let's say I wanted to watch a video about PewDiePie, just as an example. I've got a video there, and then I've got to wade through another 6 or 7 videos before I get to another PewDiePie one. Or with the Call of Duty one, we've got to wade through a couple of videos before I see the next one. So again, usual thing. A good starting point for a gaming channel, some nice graphics, some fairly strong thumbnails, but maybe a lack of focus. Anything else to add from either of you two, wise auditors?
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, for sure. It's just all...
Travis's silence says everything, so let's move on to the next channel. 139. Don't get me wrong, Spyrex, it looked like a fairly good channel, but again, you're trying to cover so many things in the gaming genre that people are going to subscribe for one thing, watch it, and then move on to something else. The view counts clearly show that when you're getting 10x views for some videos and then much less for others. All right, here we go. The next channel is Yan, a YouTuber. 700 subscribers. Travis, I'm going to let you lead on this one. This looks a little similar to the, what was his name? The Kinker one from a few audits ago. Some strong views, though, looking at...
some of these are, I think a lot of it's because they're older. So...
he's
10 months
ago. Break, yeah.
So there's one from 3 weeks ago. But yeah, I mean, even the one from 3 weeks ago got a lot of views. It seems like... trying to understand what the actual...
feels a bit like YouTube stories in YouTube a little bit, and maybe a bit of gaming stuff thrown in there as well.
Yeah,
maybe check the about section.
Okay.
Okay, well, fair enough. Edgelord,
sure.
Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it goes back to, it looks like you have something kind of going on. First of all, you're not uploading enough. So let's just be clear about that. If you're deciding to upload more, if that's something that you want to do more of, it looks like you have something that's kind of commentary-ish based that works. So I would continue with that sort of thing. I mean, the likes aren't really there, but you're getting the views. So I'm kind of on board with that. I mean, YouTube's going to know who to send it out to. I would definitely look at which of these are working the best, which thumbnail style is working the best as far as click-through rate. And then also look at your view duration. This last video, which is the first one in 2 months, is only a minute and a half long, but amazingly, it still got pushed to over 1,000 people, which is pretty unusual. So definitely worth taking a look at what you want to do and how often you can do it, because I think one of the only channels that can get away with not posting a lot of content are animation channels. Because they're usually so high level in quality when they do come out. So if you want to continue to grow, I would highly recommend figuring out which one of these things you're doing and stick with it.
The likes, the dislikes, it both concerns me and intrigues me in that I don't know, if you're creating content that is controversial and has polarizing opinions, that's fine. Just be prepared for that. Or are you getting some trolls on your channel? It looks like you're sort of running on the edge of particular YouTube topics that may just prod people in the wrong way. But if that's what you want to do, that's okay. Just remember to stick to the community guidelines and be prepared for a roller coaster ride on YouTube. Any thoughts here, Leela, on this one?
No, I just want to elaborate on Travis's point about being consistent, because I have a small channel, right? And I think one of the things that works really well for me is being consistent. So if there's anyone in the chat who also has a small channel, then that is definitely one of my recommendations, is to make sure that you don't have to post 3 times a week. It can be once a week, it can be once every 2 weeks, but make sure that the people that watch you know when you're going to upload. And also, I think it's also smart to do in terms of YouTube, so YouTube knows how consistent you are. So I think being consistent is key in order to grow, especially in the beginning.
You see, Lyra, you were already ready to do a live stream. You were just talking naturally to the audience there. That's exactly how you do a live stream. So get on there as soon as you can. All right, next channel, Mr. Classic Gaming with Bharaf, I'm going to say. Okay, you haven't created... you've been on a long break here. You've recently come back in the last week, making some videos. You had 2,000 subscribers. But again, Travis, your thoughts on maybe delete a lot of videos in the past where you got subscribers?
100%. That's exactly what happened, because there's no other explanation.
It's the only way you can explain that. So it's another gaming channel. Some interesting thumbnails. I kind of like the way these look. Are these live streams maybe that you're doing, but they look intriguing for PUBG. But then again, you've done 2 PUBG videos and you've moved on to drop hunting, whatever that is. So it's always about the gaming focus. I know we say this so often, but your subscribers and your community usually join to begin with for a certain game, and then you, as the creator and the personality and the strength of your content, you can take them on the journey. But you haven't quite got there yet with 3 videos in the last week. Any more thought? I think it's pretty much the same as what we've been saying before. Okay, tips and tricks. So you say you're a tips and tricks one, so maybe talk about specific tips and tricks like solving the hardest things in a certain game or getting rare loot in your videos, maybe the route that you want to go down. Any other thoughts, Leela or Travis?
Yeah, I need to understand, because obviously there was a big year all the way up until a week ago. What happened there? What's the removal? What is going forward? So if it's going to be the same thing and the about page is still accurate, that's fine, continue on, but you're essentially starting over again. And it's not a terrible thing. There are worse things out there. But if your new direction is something different, then you need to change your about page, change your banner, and make it more obvious as to what kind of things you're going to be doing.
And the final words of wisdom are going to Leela.
I don't have any.
All right, thank you very much. I mean, to be fair, it's another gaming channel, and we say this type of thing all the time. I mean, thumbnail wise, probably a bit of consistency there, Leela. That type of suggestions. Yeah. All right, folks. Sorry, go on.
No, it's good. Yeah. I agree.
All right, and with all that being said, folks, I'm going to press the stop share button. It should bring you both back on screen. And that brings to an end, folks, another awesome week of channel auditing. So what I want us to do, folks, is Leela and Travis, I want you to start saying your goodbyes to our wonderful audience, and I'm going to try and come back with what will likely be a very sleepy puppy. So Travis, take it away with some shout-outs. Leela, join in when you can. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, let's go. Jerda, we have a Wilcom Bear. We have Christina Smallhorn. We have, here they go, Mr. Complex. We have Xander, Who Oreo, El Prof del Piano, This Bites for You, Xander, Super User Tech Mods, and Xander. What about you, Leela? What do you see?
Oh my. I don't know if I can do this, but I'll try. Primate Games. We have Rex Studio, Videography, Gear, and Adventures. We have Legendary. I'm going to say bye to Tori Boland and Hey Maffei. I'm horrible at this.
Everybody is, Leela. Don't worry about that.
And there's the puppy.
Here he is. Okay, so everybody, say hello to Jasper. This is a 9-week-old puppy that my partner and I have got. He's an absolute nightmare. But fortunately, thank you, you've been asleep for this entire live stream, so I really do appreciate it. So Jasper, if you want to say goodbye to some people that include Bishal, Finn, Janus, I Can't Yeet, Mr. Classic, Wondering Veteran, Laser Carre, Be Outdoors. Yes, you love them all, don't you, Jasper? Yes, I do. I probably shouldn't start making noises about my dog. Anyway, folks, I'm going to leave with this, as always. Yes, Jasper, I know. Time is the most important currency in the world. And you just spent some of that time with us. And if you don't like the video because you have a 9-week-old puppy who's been on in the last minute, you are dead inside. So please do like the video, subscribe to vidIQ, and all of the usual stuff. Time, important currency, yes. I need to take this dog somewhere because I think he wants to go to the toilet. Folks, enjoy the rest of your video making and puppy day. And I'm going to press the stop button now. Wave, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Say bye, Jasper. Say bye, Jasper. Bye. Bye-bye. All right, we're going now. See you later, folks.